are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I had the opposite happen to me. I went to Chick-fil-A today, right? And there's this like really pretty 18-year-old girl like at the window. It's a drive-thru.
Harder.
Say it again.
She's 18.
I'm something like that. And anyway, she's like super nice to me. Like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like good. And she's like, all right, how's your day going? I was like, fine so far, I guess. You know, that'll be $8.53. I'm like, cool. Like, do you want any condiments? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And she's going on like, are you sure? There's nothing here that like you want? Like I could get you something? And I'm like, what the like? I'm 43, right? One of my superpowers is being invisible to 18-year-old girls. Like that happens. It'll happen to all of you. And she's being so sweet. And you know, like later on, like, you know, we get the money. She gives me my car back. Are you sure? No condiments, nothing here I can do for you? And I'm like. No. This is a drive.
Just went into dirty old.
My manager's watching, and he thinks that I'm hoarding condiments. So just tell me what you want. Right?
No, really, honey mustard, ketchup, whatever you want, sir.
Please, just one.
She asked me at least 3 times to make sure my day was good. At least twice on the condiments, and a couple random like how you doings. And I'm like, man, this girl is really taking an interest in me. But she was so sweet about it. Right. She was so sweet about the whole thing. It felt like she was hitting on me. But I know that can't be the case because...
That's just Chick-fil-A. People at Chick-fil-A that work there, it's almost unsettlingly nice how nice they are to you. Because everywhere else you go to McDonald's, you go to there's a McDonald's that I go to every so often, and I swear to God, I have to be like a carnival barker or like a bull auctioneer when they hand me my food, where I'm like, hey, Alexa, ketchup? That's what
they're just throwing it at you.
Slam that door closed, and I'm ketchupless because it's like they open it halfway out to like sneak my bag, and if I tell them as they're putting the bag out, like I'd also like some ketchup, they look at me like I just told them I want you to run a half mile to the nearest ketchup fountain and get me a fresh glass of it. Like they back in and.
It's because you're white.
Yeah, like well, I mean it's white people that do that too. It's just a McDonald's. We're really cutting back on ketchup stores, and so try and get them out of there before they can remember.
I hear you, but this isn't my first rodeo at Chick-fil-A, and this girl was just unnaturally nice to me. I still don't have an answer for it. She
those big ketchups there, you know, the really big one that's like you can either peel the whole pouch back and dip into it, or you can just peel the front off and like squeeze it out.
Capitalist innovation right there.
They got the ketchups.
Mm-hmm. They do have the best ketchups. By far.
Chick-fil-A does.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, they don't give you bullshit packets.
No.
Taco little cups that you like squeeze the ketchup into, which are very frustrating.
My daughter
Taco Bell tried to not give me any hot sauce the other night for my $26 worth of Taco Bell that I had. and I was just like,
the diet's done.
That's like 60
No, this is like a week ago. I'm still eating fairly healthily, but it's like $26 worth of Taco Bell. It's 2 bags, and one of the bags has a box inside of it. Okay, like it's a lot of fucking food. And she just hands it all to me, and I had already said, like, she was like, you want any sauce? And I was like, yeah, a little of everything. Because I want like 5 or 6 of every kind of sauce they got. There's no sauce in the bag. There's no spork for my cheesy fiesta potatoes. There's no straws for my soda. So I just sit there, and like, it's nighttime. It's like 11 p.m., and I'm just looking, and nobody has come back, and maybe a solid 45 seconds has passed. So I just go, and just lay on the horn for like a solid 30 seconds. You know, let's make sure they hear. And someone comes shuffling over the door like, yeah, what is it? Some hot sauce and some ketchup and some straws and some napkins. And they just looked at me like I was insane, and I was just like, yeah, now. Like, I was so angry. And he looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, yeah, now. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just bought $26 worth of like this bullshit food that you sell. Like, come on, I want my hot sauce.
That's a huge sum of money at a Taco Bell, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that's no joke. That's like
I keep reiterating it because it's so goddamn much
You're
Taco
an entire
Bell.
construction crew worth of food.
More. They've got a 10 for 10 deal. For $10, you can get 10 bean burritos. I got $26 worth of Taco.
Did you get 10 bean burritos in your $26 order?
I don't do that. Because
that would have been disgusting.
I've done it before. I've ordered 10. I've ordered 5. I've like mixed it up because they will, and I've gotten like 5 soft tacos, 3 crunchy tacos, and 2 bean burritos, and then just eat it all myself.
That's gross.
Yeah, I love it. I really love Taco Bell. And normally, Sharandra works up there, and I'm not just saying that. That's her name. Sharandra has been selling me Taco Bell since I was 17 years old. She's been working at Taco Bell, and when she's there, I recognize her voice. I know on the speaker that I can talk quickly because she knows the menu. But if it's anybody else, I know it's a real crapshoot. I'm not.
Do you ask for is Sharandra there? This is a real ordeal. It'd be quicker if you could grab her.
Well, she doesn't make the food. She's got those nails that are like crazy long and curved. So she actually has a hard time even handing me the bag. But she puts the stuff in there. I think those nails help her like really capture a lot of extra sauce or something. But she's just swiping the card.
One of those crane machines that grab stuffed animals.
They're crazy long. But yeah, I hate this fast food employees. I know they're working for minimum wage and it's a shitty job. But it is different when you go to Chick-fil-A. They're happy, they're perky, and they're good looking. They have some sort of interesting hiring practice there. Because like every time I go to Chick-fil-A, I see one chick in there that I'm just like, I wish she was over here. I wish she'd put my ketchup into my bag. And that's not a clever euphemism either. I just wanted to come over here. There's always some good looking chicks at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A really changed the game.
They don't have that downtrodden look to them like Burger King and McDonald's employees have. Like if you're at Burger King, like those people, you can tell. They know that this is life is on that downward curve. They're like,
some of them walk around like they're the ghost of someone who was murdered at a Burger King 6 years ago and just can't escape. That's now their destiny. Just whoa,
set in there, and I feel for them. But at Chick-fil-A, everybody's having a good old time. They're like everybody's high fiving everybody back there. It's
Cold
a bunch of like early 20s.
Is the peak of that kind of behavior. They sing. They sing, often zippity-doo-dah.
They will sing as many times as you put change in. Or maybe they don't do that anymore. They probably changed the policy to where they only have to sing like once every so often. Because they used to do it to where every time anybody at all, they have to sing.
Just put some quarters in and keep them going. That's great.
Yeah.
I got microaggressed at a Moe's Burritos the other day. She rolled the burrito. All right, look, first of all, rolling that burrito up, whether it's Chipotle or Moe's or Willie's or wherever, we're talking about the big burrito place where you look through the glass and tell them what you want on it. They're all the same. If you don't have a professional burrito roller there who's getting that steamy burrito rolled up in time, then it's just shit. And so this lady like sticks her thumbs in it like she's trying to like blind a Game of Thrones character and just gouges it. And I was just like, and she's about to roll it up in the foil, and I was like, whoa. She's like, what? Some salsa verde? And I'm like, no. You know what? Like, I was like, well, it looks like the burrito is torn. I can see the beans coming out. And she was like, oh, I didn't notice that. I was like, yeah, I'm going to want a new one. She's like, okay. So she goes and gets a new tortilla and flops it down. And she takes my old burrito and just flips it upside down on top of the new tortilla. And I was just like, no, that's not really a new one, is it? I was like, see, now all the ingredients are kind of homogenous and mixed together instead of creating that layer process that you're actually going for when you create the burrito. I didn't say all this at length, but I was basically like, I want a whole new burrito. I want you to start from scratch here. And there was a little bit of a meltdown, but finally they gave me my burrito.
Was it one? Wait, did they? So they took the burrito and they like kind of just lifted it up like a tissue and like let the contents pour onto the new.
No, she plopped it. She took this burrito. She unrolled my burrito. She unrolls my burrito, and it's just like a homogeneous mixture of chicken, black beans, rice, pico de gallo, sour cream cheese, and guacamole. Just like you mixed them together, and she just flops it upside down on top of a fresh burrito, flour burrito tortilla. And then that's supposed to be okay. That wasn't okay.
Yeah, if that's a microaggression, I was microaggressed a couple of years ago at a Qdoba when they did the same thing, but they didn't even, because I've had it done before. It's happened to everyone at Chipotle, Qdoba, Moe's, whatever, where they fuck up your burrito and you're like, oh, can you just put it in a new fresh one? And they do exactly what you said. I've never minded it being a little bit mixed up. I don't care about that as long as it's a fresh tortilla that's not perforated or punctured. But what this person did, this girl, she must have been new because she punctured my burrito and she didn't have to be called on it. She immediately went over, warmed up the next tortilla, grabbed it, brought it over. But she just placed the old burrito in the new burrito and then wrapped it on top. And it wasn't until I stopped her like, "Whoa, wait, that's 2 tortillas. That's 2 tortillas wrapped around my burrito." And she was like,
That's
"Yeah,
not
the other
the
one
recipe."
ripped." I'm like, I only want one. Like, no, could you please do it so that I'm very polite to people in food service, so I would not be rude. I was like, if I remember correctly, like, please, I'd like it with only 1 tortilla, please. Otherwise, there's just too much bread. You know how it is. And she acted like it was. She put on the smiley face, but I could tell she was a little pissy about it. But that was definitely a microaggression.
Should have said, I want a layer of melted cheese between the 2 tortillas. Then you're all good. See, that's how I like to get mine usually anyway, is I get the burrito wrapped in a quesadilla.
Ah.
What?
That's...
Yeah, it's a quesadilla.
And tell them to kind of jerry-rig it into your food of choice right there.
No, they do that. That's a thing. You ask, if you're like, hey, make it a quesarito. They're like, oh, good choice, my friend. They know. They just take another, they take the tortilla out and put the cheese on it, and then they roll your burrito up in that. So you've got.
You know what they're really doing is they're looking at the people behind you in line, going, another fucking asshole ordering off. Yeah. Oh, is that what you want, sir? You want me to make you 3 entrees and just make it a big amalgamation of all the same ingredients? Would you like me to do that? Okay, sir. Everyone, we're gonna wait. We got someone here who wants 3 things in one. I know, sir. You're probably ordering. You have to get back to work. That's fine. This gentleman right here wants a quesadilla.
It's an $8 burrito. They can take their time and roll that fucker up. And, and of course I do the double meat trick where you don't tell them it's double meat until they've done the first scoop. So now they've set a level of scoop size. So you get double.
Because you don't want 2
chicken.
halves when you order double. No.
They're skimpy with that chicken like it's on their dime, right? like he paid for all that chicken.
Another trick is if you're in that line, if you're at a busy one, sometimes they just have the same person going back and forth making burritos and whatever the whole time. Sometimes they have 2 that like switch.
Yeah.
Always go with the biggest person, preferably male, that you can find. If you can let someone behind you go up front, if there's a small woman making it, then absolutely do that. Say, I'm still thinking. You go ahead. And then she is going to make that guy or that girl the weak little burrito where she's like, oh, that looks like enough chicken for me. That should be enough chicken for this adult man. And they dump it in there. No, you want someone who has a little bit of empathy when they're making your burrito. So they put that 1 scoop in and they go, would I be happy with that? I wouldn't be happy with that. And this gentleman right here is going to be happy with that. And we're going to keep this patron returning. So it gives a little extra, a little 3rd scoop. It's only like 6 or 7 cubes, but it's enough. Yeah. Anyway.
New topic.
I love it.
Well,
I could an hour on burritos and the different places. You trying
to push us out this topic is microaggressing me pretty hard right
now. So, Playboy Playmate faces prison for body shaming a pensioner in the